I got it solved. Took me about an hour of messing around out here, but everything's up right now. I haven't switched it back off from bypass mode yet, but I'm going to let the batteries get more happy before that happens. In short, the batteries were drained to zero. That was from peak load shaving combined with the when the Tesla chargers, both of them kicked on, it killed the breaker for power in, causing the inverter to switch over to battery. Since the battery is already dead or near dead, that pushed it into BMS cutoff land. Now, I don't know why, when the inverter received power from the grid again, why it didn't charge the batteries, but best I can tell, there's some kind of communication going on at the 48 volt level, not through any kind of signal wires. It appears to be actually through the actual battery supply cables. I say that because when the batteries were all dead, I was seeing about anywhere from 4 to 8 volts on those terminals. And that was present when I turned on the inverter. If the inverter was off, meaning all those breakers up top were switched off, you wouldn't see that. The moment I turned that on, I was seeing 8 volts. So the inverter had to have been spitting out some kind of like probing voltage. Anyway, with all of the battery switched on, I guess that was enough resistance perhaps. I'm not sure. But it was causing the inverter to think there was no battery there, since they were all basically in shut-off mode anyway. And its little trickle voltage wasn't enough to wake up the BMS. So, turned the other 3 batteries off, leaving only one on, and as soon as I did that, boom, it lit up. Screen came on, I saw the voltage start climbing from 8 volts. It took about 2 or 3 minutes, because it was slowly climbing, up to where it's been hovering now, about 50 volts. It's been really slowly climbing past 48. That seems rather low voltage for a bulk charge, but, I'm not sure if that's configured or if because it's so close to zero, it's going to hold off. The amps have been slowly climbing. They were at 4 amps earlier, so maybe it is kind of some kind of slow walk into a little bit higher state of charge before it goes into bulk mode. But I don't know if this is going to happen again. If there's some kind of sensitivity setting that needs to be adjusted or can be adjusted, but that was the problem here. And I see that it looks like Larry bypassed that contactor or a relay, whatever that is. So I'll move that back over to the other side tomorrow for the disconnect for the batteries. But I mean, otherwise it's on. Everything's on. They are charging. The voltage is slowly climbing. That's got to be some kind of intelligent charging behavior, because it is climbing. We're almost at 50 volts now. It was barely at 48 earlier, but only 6 amps. Well, I guess that's 6 amps per battery. So, and then of course we're on all the way up there too. We got green lights on here. All of the breakers are on except for load for the output to go to the house, which of course I'll flip that before I turn the critical load panel back. But anyway, so do I have a job now? You guys gonna let me have access to my own system? Have I earned that? Talk to you later.